everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Chloe and today I have a Disney haul. We just got back from Disney World about a week and a half ago. We had so much fun on our trip and I just can't wait to share all of the fun things that we picked up. I will say I didn't see a lot that was like I can't live without, like the pins. I guess maybe we never really went into any of the stores that had like the limited edition pins, and all the open edition ones weren't really speaking to me. I did get a couple. It really wasn't that much that I felt like I had to go crazy with buying merch, but of course we did come home with a decent haul. So let's just jump right in and get started. First up, probably my favorite thing that I picked up from the whole trip was my Daisy Duck crew neck sweater. I absolutely love the color of this. I love the daisy on it. They did have an Olaf version. I think it was white, but it had Olaf on the center of it, and I actually didn't even look to see if they had my size because I heard somebody in the Connection store at Epcot like asking a cast member if they had that sweater anywhere else. But I didn't pick it up when I saw it just because I have so many white crew necks from Disney and I get stains on everything I have. I'm a very messy eater, so to get a white crew neck is just not a good idea for me. But I really like the color of this one, and I don't have a Daisy sweater, I don't think, but I do now. So I had to get her. It's just so cute. And this is like all, I forget what this is called. Chenille, I think. Like she's not embroidered, but it's like chenille. I guess the outline is embroidered, but the spots that are filled in is all that chenille fabric. But this is really cute and I'm so glad I picked it up. I just love the color so much. It's gonna be so cute for spring, especially if we go back to Disney this spring, which I'm hoping we do. Next up, a shirt for Juniper. We saw Fantasmic with her for the first time, and we did the Sci-Fi Dine-In Fantasmic package. So we had like the assigned seating, so we got there a little bit before the show started, got our seats, and Dan kind of was running back and forth to go grab some drinks and popcorn, and he did come across this shirt, so he grabbed it for Juniper, and it's just so cute. She loves like an oversized t-shirt to kind of walk around the house in, so I think she's gonna like live in this. But it's just so cute. And she really enjoyed Fantasmic. It's funny, we've only watched the whole show maybe 2 or 3 times at home, and she could remember that there was an Elsa Frozen part in the show. She kept going, Elsa's here, Elsa's here. And I was like, yeah, Elsa's here, hoping that like they didn't cut that section out for the night, that the character was actually working that evening, but it was in the show and she absolutely loved it. And yeah, it was fun to see through her eyes. I'm not a huge Fantasmic fan, but she enjoyed it, so I enjoyed it. And I think Dan enjoyed it through her eyes too, so it was a fun experience for us. And it was a Jollywood's night, so Fantasmic was at 6:30 instead of 9:30 that it usually is. So it wasn't like we had to keep her up late to go and see it. So it was a good time of night to do it. But we had so much fun. Like I said, I didn't see a ton of pins that I wanted to get, but Juniper was very much on an Elsa kick this trip, which is funny. When we went in May, she was calling Elsa Go, like let it go. Now she's officially Elsa, which kind of breaks my heart, but it's also cute that she's like growing up and learning the real names. So we had to get an Elsa pin, especially because from the start of the trip, she was like, she wanted to see Olaf everywhere we went, and like, the first time we did the Anna and Elsa character meet and greet, she was like, Olaf's right outside, right? But obviously he's not. But yeah, just because she was loving on Elsa this trip, had to get the Elsa pin. And then we did also meet Grogu and the Mandalorian, but we obviously call him Baby Yoda in our house. Juniper sleeps with 2 little Baby Yoda stuffies every night, but she calls them Baies. And so when we were walking through Galaxy's Edge, and I saw a couple people waiting like in the area that I know Mandalorian comes out of, and I walked up, I said, is he coming out soon? They're like, yeah, in like 5 minutes. So we waited and he called her up, and she was so brave. She went up and she said hi, and she got to see Baby Yoda, and she talked about it literally all day. So we had to get a Grogu Baby Yoda pin, and it's just so cute. I definitely don't think we have this one. It's funny because I was obsessed with Baby Yoda when the first season of Mandalorian came out, and I don't know if I ever got a pin. I'm trying to think. I'd have to go back and look, but I'm glad we have a pin now. And then this pin I actually ordered before we even went on our trip, because I saw how all of the holiday resort pins were basically sold out like the day that they dropped. It's so funny because I've collected pins since I think 2006, and we've been going to Disney for like the holidays since, oh, what year would that have been? 2015, I think, was the year I started going. The last year of Osborne Lights was my first year going for Christmas time. And every time since, I've always gotten a holiday resort pin, and they've never been a hard thing to get. They would sometimes have like two different pins, one that would sell out really fast and one that was kind of available all season long. Well, this season, it seemed like they all sold out basically the day that they dropped. So I got the Boardwalk one before we even left the house at Mercari, and I'm very happy I did because it's super cute. It's Minnie Mouse and a little snow globe. And I just really, really like it. It says Boardwalk on there. And yeah, but I didn't see any version of a holiday pin in the Boardwalk merchandise shop. So I think they were officially sold out of any holiday pins. And we do go pretty late in the season. Like, you almost have to go to Disney like the 2nd or 3rd week of November to get a lot of like the stuff that will sell out, which stinks. But I probably overpaid a little bit. I think I paid like an extra $10, $12. Honestly, not that bad for a pin. And it was something I really wanted. And like I said, we didn't get that many pins in Disney, so I kind of had the pin that I already wanted waiting for me at home. So yeah, I'm so happy I got this one. This was just a little freebie that we got. I think technically you're supposed to pay for this cup. It has like a little Mickey flip up lid on the top. But Juniper was having a tough time at Trattoria El Forno when we were eating there. She had just woken up from like a really late nap. And sometimes when she has a later nap, I think her blood sugar drops a little bit. And she just refuses like all food, all drinks, water, everything. And it's just like finding the one thing that she'll eat to kind of perk her back up. And our waiter was super nice, and he brought over an apple juice in this fun little Stitch cup, which was really, really fun. And like I said, I think generally you have to pay extra to get the souvenir cup, but it was really nice that he brought it over for us, and it did perk her up, so that was very much appreciated by the cast member because not much was perking her up. I will say the 2 times that Juniper's had a tough time at dinner, it was Tony's in Magic Kingdom before the Starlight Parade, and then this time at Trattoria El Forno. They must tell the waiters, like, give the kids whatever they need to calm them down, because both times they were just amazing, bringing us bread and the fun drinks and fruit and just anything that we could possibly need that we didn't even ask for. And it was just really, really nice and appreciated. So definitely shout out to the cast members because they are the magic. I said Juniper was obsessed with Olaf, and they did have a new, I think this is newer, new Olaf bubble machine, and this was a big hit for Juniper. The batteries died on it because she played with it so much, but it does play Olaf's In Summer song, like a little snippet of it, and obviously does the bubbles and lights up. And this was a big hit with Juniper. A lot of times it would be the only way we'd get her back into the stroller, like, oh, do you want to sit in the stroller and hold your Olaf? And she'd be like, yeah, Olaf, and go back into the stroller. So thank you, Olaf, for being a 3rd parent on the trip. You're the real MVP. I'm kind of making it sound like she was bad. She was very, very good. Like, this was such a fun trip, but she just wants to walk or wants to be held. She wants to see what's going on in Disney World. So Olaf made it just a little bit more enticing to sit in the stroller. And I will say, if you run out of bubbles, because Juniper did fly through the bubbles in like a day and a half, 2 days, they do sell more bubbles in like a little mini bubble, just like the bubbles, for $1. So if you run out of bubbles, you can just buy more. And I think actually I could use my annual pass discount on it. So it was like 80 cents after my annual pass discount. So that was nice to know, because I did kind of regret not putting like a bubble refill pack on my Target pickup order when we had placed it at the beginning of the trip, kind of knowing that I was going to get her a bubble wand this trip, because our mermaid one that we've had for a couple years now broke recently. But it was easy enough to find bubbles for Mr. Olaf in the parks. So thank you, Olaf. And this isn't really something that you can buy in Disney. You have to plan ahead for this, but Dan saw a TikTok. I'll insert the TikTok he saw around here somewhere. He saw a TikTok, I think like 2 days before the trip. This person had brought a Polaroid camera to Disney World and then had the character sign it. Basically, if it took a picture with Belle, Belle signed it, and so on and so forth. And Dan was like, oh boy, I want to do this. And we have a Polaroid camera, but the Polaroid camera we have is pretty pretty bulky. It's not very travel friendly. And he found this Polaroid Go camera, which is a lot slimmer and smaller, super convenient to just throw in his park bag. And the pictures are a little bit smaller than the Polaroid camera we use normally for like home stuff, but way more convenient for traveling. So he did get that and he brought it on our trip, and I said, that is all on you, because we brought a disposable camera, I think on 3 or 4 different trips. I still haven't gotten the photos printed out, and it took me 3 or 4 trips to even get through all of the photos because it's just not at the top of my head to use it, because I have my phone out and I'm just using my phone for vlogging and pictures. So I told Dan, I said, if you want to bring it and you want to remember to do it, which I did help him, like if we were out somewhere and I'd be like, oh, pull out the Polaroid camera, like once I was in the mindset. But to start, I was just like, that's on you. I have way too many other things to think about. And it did end up turning out so, so cute. Jennifer loves this little book. I'm actually gonna wrap it up for her for Christmas, but she loves it so, so much. It was kind of like her favorite thing to do was to flip through it and look at the pictures and see all the characters that she met. So if you haven't done it, I would highly recommend it. I'll actually link the Sharpie that we used because it was a very fine tip Sharpie. I'll link everything down below that we used, including this little photo album. But yeah, it was such a fun souvenir to do on the trip, and I'm so glad that Dan saw that TikTok. So thank you. I don't know the name of the person who made the TikTok, but thank you so much for influencing us to buy the Polaroid Go. And now we have it. Now we have 2 Polaroid cameras and so many fun memories. I just think Polaroids are so fun. We have so many from her first year of life, because Dan was always buying Polaroid film for other Polaroid cameras. So it's just been a fun thing to do. And I don't know, it's just nice to have that tangible picture right as soon as you take it, regardless of how it turns out. We did get a towel for my mom. She requested a towel. It's got Moana, Ariel, Belle, and a teapot. I was kind of hoping that we would find a Christmas towel, but we never came across one, which I guess, I don't know, wouldn't be like the top of the things that they would probably make for Christmas merch, but I would buy a Christmas towel. Maybe next year, Disney. But this one is really cute, and I'm sure my mom will love it. I do kind of wish we would have bought 2. I don't know why I didn't think about it. Like, she had asked me to get a towel and we got home. She was like, did you get one too? I said, no, but why did I get one? So, a towel for my mom. And then I also picked up, well, Dan bought this one for me for Christmas, so I do need to wrap it up. But I figured I would show you guys this Christmas sweater, which is super cute. It's like pink and mint green. Walt Disney World is embroidered on there, and I think it's super cute. I don't know, I can't pass up the pink crew necks, and I don't have a, do I have one? I don't think I have a pink one. I don't have a pink Disney Christmas crew neck, so now I have one. How cutie! Actually, my friend Amanda from Pixie Dusted Days had just texted me about this sweater earlier today and asked what I thought about it, and I hadn't even opened it up until right now filming this video. But from the feel of it and the inside, I think it's just like the average Disney crew neck. I guess the reviews for it are not great online, but I think it's super cute. Another new thing that we did on this trip were new for Juniper. So I have my pearl necklace that I've had for I don't even know how many years at this point, but I wear it every single day. It's my favorite necklace to wear, and we got it either from Yacht and Beach, or I think it was Yacht and Beach Club. I picked a pearl, we bought a necklace with the little dangly thing on it, and it was a fun experience. And we haven't done a pick a pearl in a really long time. I did make earrings out of pearls at some point because I think me and my sister both picked pearls on one trip that were very similar in size, and then she picked a second one and did a ring with hers, the second one that she picked, and then I made earrings out of the 2 pearls that we picked. So we do enjoy picking pearls. So we were in the Japan Pavilion, kind of just walking around. It was our 3rd Epcot day. We had done so much in Epcot that we were kind of doing the things that we don't normally do, which is super fun because I feel like every time I go to Disney, like there's the things that I have to check off. We have to do Spaceship Earth. We have to do Living with the Land. We have to go on Frozen. Like there's so many things that I feel like we have to do that sometimes we run out of time to do the extra stuff. So this time we had so many days in Epcot that we were able to do the extra stuff, and we were in the Japan Pavilion and we came across the pearl picking station, and there was no wait for pearls, which I don't know if there usually is, but there was a sign saying like, get on the wait list. And so we walked up and I asked, and they're like, no, you can do it right now. So we had Juniper pick a pearl. And then, and the only thing that stinks about the Japan Pavilion pearl picking station is that they don't drill into the pearls there. They just have like cages for all the pearls, which is like good and bad because if you really want like earrings or a necklace or a bracelet, they're not gonna be able to do it. But the good thing is the cages are a lot cheaper. I had no idea. So we picked out this cute little horsey and put Juniper's pearl in there. I don't even know if you can see the pearl in there. Yeah, you can. But that is her pearl. It was like a white pearl and it was 7 3/4. But yeah, that was a fun little experience. And I think we started a trend because once we did it and everybody in the store heard it because it's very loud and it's very like, ah! A bunch of people came over and got on the list to do their pearl. So I'm glad we were able to like let people know that that was a thing. And yeah, it was a fun experience and Juniper's first pearl that she picked. Juniper was also gifted this cutie little Berlioz from Aristocats by our friends Jen and Joe from Jen and Joe on the Go. I will link their channel below as well. And we had dinner with them the first night over at Rosa's Mexicano at the Dolphin, and it was just a super fun night. So nice to see them again, and they were so sweet and brought Juniper. It was like a little mystery box, so it was like it could have been any of the cats from Aristocats. I want to say it was a mini Mix-It, but I don't think it was. Maybe it was a mini Mix-It, but Juniper was so excited. She loves little kitty cats, so it was so cute to get this one. So cute. I guess I would count this as a souvenir, but we stopped by the arcade at the boardwalk, and I will say a lot of the games seem to be out of commission, and we realized it after Dan had already paid for, I think like $10 or $20 in game tokens. He played a couple games, but he was pretty much done after playing a couple of them. So we had a lot of game tokens left over, but they did have a like duck claw machine that you were a winner every single time. So we got a lot of ducks. I only have, I think, 3 in front of me, but I figured I would just show you guys. So there's one duck, another duck, another duck. I wish I had more of them. Oh, here's one. Another duck. But yeah, I think we ended up with like 8 ducks, but it was so funny. It was like our nighttime routine after we went there the first time. We would let Juniper run around the green grass at the boardwalk, and then we'd go over to the arcade and she'd get to get a duck, and then we'd go back to the room. So it was just a fun little nightly activity, and she usually would get like 1 or 2 ducks per night, and she just absolutely loved it. She would tell us like, go get a duck, because she knows the routine. So we had so much fun, and I think Dan's gonna put these like around his desk in the basement and kind of use them as decoration. So that should be super cute. I think most of them were like blue or green, which is right up his alley. So, and last but not least, we were super lucky to get a reservation for Beacon Barrel, and that was like top of our list of things that we wanted to do this trip. So happy that we finally got to do it. Well, not finally, it was the first trip that we've been on that it's been open, but it looked really fun, and we were so excited to go and see it and get to like be in Magic Kingdom and have a couple drinks. So we knew ahead of time that we were probably going to get the souvenir mug, just because we have every souvenir mug that you can get from Oga's Cantina. So we figured there's only 1 souvenir mug available at Beacon Barrel at the moment. So we figured, why not start off, get the mug. I mean, it was $45, I think, but that included like the drink and the mug. So we would obviously love to have like all of the Trader Sam's mugs, but I think we have a couple of the Trader Sam's. When we have the Nautilus, we have a Pearl, we have the Hippopotam Mai Tai, and maybe one other one. But Trader Sam's also comes out with like so many like limited edition mugs that would be impossible for us to get living all the way up here. So literally I was in Disney World the one time they dropped one and I still missed it. Like went and waited in line and still couldn't get it. So we don't have all of those, but we figured why not try and start the Beacon Barrel collection. Since there's only 1 and they had it in stock, it was available. Dan does kind of have a pirate theme in the one section of our basement. So we picked this up. And I will say it feels very, like a very nice quality. Got like the shiny gold here and then shiny gold on the back. And then it does say first edition on the bottom. But yeah, that was the last thing that we picked up, and I'm so happy that we have it to add to our Disney mug collection. Like I said, we would like to have all the Trader Sam's, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen. I actually have to look and see which ones we're missing from like the normal Trader Sam's menu. We'd usually try to buy like whatever one is available when we're there and go to Trader Sam's. Obviously we haven't been to Trader Sam's in many years. Too many years. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, we didn't buy that much, but we bought the things that really meant something to us or we really wanted to get, and just had so much fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. Let me know what you're looking forward to buying on your next Disney vacation, or if you just went, what did you buy? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!